Hola.
Yeah.
Okay, should we do this tomorrow?
Yes.
All right. Thank you all for joining us for Community Cooking with the Co-op. Tonight I'm joined by my coworker Joshua Whitty and our chef Jamar Ruff over at the Coos Head Food Co-op, and our cameraman Alan Bartle is behind him. Thank you all for joining us. And with that, hey Alan. With that, we're going to turn it over to Jamar. And for those cooking along, you can start heating your ovens at 400 and get your butter out. And if you have questions, feel free to respectfully unmute and or put your questions in chat, and we'll feed them to Jamar. And there's another happy birthday for you, Jay. Go ahead.
Oh, there's a birthday happening here tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah, Gold's Kid Jay.
Happy birthday. I love birthdays. I love birthdays. I love celebrating people's birthdays. And I'm actually the birthday brigade here at the Co-op.
We're in the right place tonight.
So first off, we are making one of my favorite dishes tonight. We are making galettes. They're kind of like, it's like a gourmet pizza, but you can make them savory or you can either make them sweet. And so today we'll be doing it like from scratch. So you saw the recipe is very simple, and we'll be making 2 of them. So that's why we call for 2 cups of flour. But everyone should have this recipe in their back pocket, I feel like. So it's so exciting to see everybody cooking along with us tonight. So first off, let's go ahead and preheat our ovens to 400 degrees. We're gonna preheat to 400 degrees, and then we'll go ahead and start with our prep and all those things. We have a special guest that will be cooking along tonight with us. His name is Jeremy.
Where is it?
Come on over here.
Yeah, keep coming. There we go. Now you're on camera.
Thank you for joining us, Jeremy. Appreciate the help.
So Jeremy did not know that he was going to be cooking along with us, so this is pretty a surprise for him, right?
Right.
Yeah. So first we have our ovens preheated to 400 degrees. Then we're gonna start prepping our leeks. We're gonna prep our leeks and then our garlic so we can have those sauteing in our frying pan. How many of us is it our first time cooking with the leek? Okay, okay, so this is exciting. Once you cook with the leek, and you're gonna love it. You're gonna always want to like bring a leek, onion, or a piece of garlic to the party every time. I love leeks, and this is all about introducing you to items or produce that you wouldn't necessarily grab if you were at the grocery store. So I'm so excited that this is some of y'all first time. So I am always cooking for everybody on staff, so my recipe is going to be way more than everybody else's, but we're going to start with prepping our leeks. So this is a leek, and you can cook with the whole thing, but you want to be kind of mindful because as you'll see, like it has layers. And so I always cut the top of the top off, and you want to look for the green, but sometimes you'll see that it'll be like, you'll have some dirt and things, and that's just because it's not picture perfect. No produce is picture perfect, but it's perfect, you know? So a lot of ours, they leave the dirt on, and that just preserves the freshness of the leeks as well, of produce anyways. Same thing like if you were going like storage potatoes, you leave the dirt on, and you can keep them throughout the whole winter. So, do you want to chop? No? Okay. Well, I'm gonna chop and you'll stir. How does that sound? Okay, now I love that. Okay.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. So what I do in avocado, so you're gonna hear the word avocado. That does not mean that it is a part of the recipe. This is just how me and Alec communicate for him to turn the overhead camera on. Okay, so I'm gonna prep my leek, and I'm just gonna cut slices, and they'll be like little rings. And don't be afraid to smell the leek. It smells like an onion. It smells delicious. I am an onion fan or fanatic. That and garlic. So as I continue to prep my leeks, what I'm gonna do is, have you ever had a leek before, Jeremy? No, you like leeks? Oh, you're like, no.
You will tonight.
I'll try it.
Okay. That's what.
That's the spirit.
That is.
You're game for it.
Well, yeah, because like for me, when I was a kid, I would be like, you know what? I do not eat this like beets. And when I was growing up, something told me that beets were not great. I'd never had a beet, and I'm like, I don't eat them. But as an adult, once I started to like venture back out and kind of like cook beets how I like to cook beets, I love them, and I love golden beets as well. I make beet toast sometimes.
Wow.
Yes.
May I say hi to my friends?
Absolutely.
I want to say hi to my mom and Dalton and Kevin, everybody at Star House.
Woo!
Awesome.
With the kid, happy birthday.
Okay.
Happy birthday.
Say happy birthday, Jay.
Happy birthday, Ted.
Can I ask a question?
Oh yeah, go ahead, Rosa.
So what do I do with this part of the leeks?
Good question.
Actually, the whole part is edible. So if you want to cut the whole thing, you can. And we're just going to be sauteing it. Rosa, is this your first time cooking with a leek?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. And I have onions growing in my garden right now. And like the onion tops, they kind of grow like all funny. And all of a sudden you have like onion greens in the walkway. And so you can always like flip those and cook them or add them to your salads and things like that. So the whole thing is edible.
Nice. Okay. And having my husband assist me here with washing the rest of the leeks.
Yes.
Put that man to work.
Right?
And I do have my handy dandy compost bowl because nothing goes in the trash can. So I always will like kind of put all my scraps to the side that goes for in the veggie stock later. So.
Yeah, I said hi to Pastor.
Oh, yes.
I want to say hi to one more person, Pastor Tom and Kevin.
Okay.
Cool.
Pastor Tom is pretty awesome. He's my pastor as well. Yeah.
I want to say hi to Becky and Ed. CR class.
Okay. Hey, they're pretty awesome. So now we're going to move on to the garlic. So the recipe called for 4 cloves of garlic. The whole cool thing about this is that you get to make the recipe your own. So if you're like,
what's that? Micah, don't rub your eyes after using leeks.
oh, they're not extreme as onions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and Michael, what you just did was perfect because you can always go like this because your hands isn't coming into contact. But when you're cooking, you want to be mindful, especially like if you're using cooking with jalapenos or anything, you want to wash your hands after you transition to the next thing, okay? So the garlic, what we're gonna do, do you like garlic?
Yes, I do.
So I always, there we go.
It's hard to break.
Well, I always cut them in half, and then the recipe called for 4 cloves of garlic. If you want to go more cloves of garlic, you can, but we're gonna saute the leeks and the garlic together.
Cool.
Okay. And because we're using our ovens today, that's gonna be the only thing that we have to cook. Well, on top of the stove, the rest of the magic will happen in the stove. So, okay. So, onion peel, garlic peel. Do you want to use avocado? Okay. So I smashed my garlic just to kind of help it roll out of the peel because you want to peel them, and they come out perfect. So you don't have to like smash them all the way down, but sometimes when I'm making like gumbo or something, I will like bruise my garlic and not chop it finely, just so that way it just wakes up the flavor a little bit.
Nice. Oh, check out Azalea getting down back there.
I see
You go, girl.
Hey, there's no reason that you should be cooking in a quiet kitchen, right? So, well, I can't just do 4 cloves, so I'm gonna do more. And what I'm gonna do is, so I got my frying pan over here, and what I like to do is I like to put the leeks in first. I like to safeguard my garlic because garlic, when you put garlic in a hot pan, it can burn really easily. And I just want to put a buffer between the garlic and the hot oil that I'm going to be cooked in. So, does anyone have any questions?
Any questions? Feel free to unmute.
Okay, so if I'm gonna make I have like 4 people I'm feeding. So if I wanted to make more of these, I would just cook more of the dough and have extra lettuce and stuff, right?
Yes. So the galettes will be like a pretty good size. So
it'll feed 4 people. The ones.
oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Good question.
I made 2 of them, and I had more than enough because the salad and then I was trying to kind of like outweigh the carb ratio as well. So like we have the carb in the flour, and then I was looking at how to bring in vegetables, a lot of vegetables, and then salads, which I love salads. But this is we're yeah. So the recipe calls for 2 galettes that you'll be making. So I think it'll be enough to feed. But if you need to like go back into the recipe to expand it, you can do that now.
Go to the stove.
Maybe like this.
Okay, so I'm feeding 3 people.
That's perfect.
Perfect.
So it would be perfect for 3 when I'm making.
Yep.
Yay!
Probably 3 to 4, right, Jamar?
Yeah, 3 to 4, because they're not mini galettes. It's like for me when I'm making them, I was able to feed the whole staff.
Okay.
Off too, and you want to slice them, and get so well yes.
All right.
So I'm rough chopping my garlic. And then I'm gonna drizzle some olive oil in my frying pan.
In the frying pan, baby. You said drizzle, so I mean, I think that's like a.
So a drizzle can be like a tablespoon.
You just want to coat the pan, right, Jamar?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Hmm?
That's really cool.
Isn't it?
How long do you have that?
You know what? I just found out anything over 20 years is vintage. So it's vintage.
I have one like a fryer.
Really?
I cook fries.
You're making a lot of us feel awfully vintage.
Vintage as well. That's pretty cool. Well, I was telling a friend, I was like, oh, well, I'm not vintage. I'm iconic. Okay.
So, yeah.
So once my oil gets a little hot, and I'm cooking on medium, we don't want it to get so hot. We want it to just be sauteing, and by the time we finish making our dough and we get ready, we'll be placing it right on top, okay?
Cool.
I'm so excited that I was able to like make galettes with everyone.
Yeah, this is so cool.
Yeah, they're looking yummy.
And remember, rule of thumb, clean as you go.
Right.
So that way, by the time you get done, you can like just sit down, take a deep breath, and enjoy your food.
Chill
Yeah.
out and enjoy your galettes.
Yes.
You know, I'm curious because I have never had this before. So,
Really?
Awesome. Lots of firsts tonight. I like it.
Yes. And the cool thing about them is that sometimes I make them for a dessert. If I'm like cooking for like having lunch at someone's house and they're like, hey, can you make something? I can make my dough the night before and just have it ready to roll out, and it's perfect. And I can choose what ingredients. And typically I don't really add a lot of sugar into it. But this recipe is very versatile. So like say for instance, if you were making like a dessert with it, you can add some graham cracker crumbs. You like graham crackers? Graham crackers are pretty cool. You can add graham cracker crumbs, and it just adds to the flavor.
I had a question.
Wait, one second, Rosa. What did you say, Micah?
For Jamar, what kind of frying pan are you using?
So I'm using this kind. I'm using a cast iron, but if you have like a non-stick, you're great.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, you're welcome.
Good question. Rosa?
question. Do you add salt to the leeks
Yeah, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna saute it first, cook it down a little bit, and then we'll add some salt. And so when I'm cooking, and it asks for salt, I will be tasting the food throughout, and that's a cool thing to have as well, is to taste your food. And sometimes when it comes down to salt intake, I always use less because 9 times out of 10 people will already salt their foods, and everybody's palate with salt is so different. Oh, so you're over here. So you're gonna be stirring. And so right now I have my leeks going. It smells good.
What do you have your heat at, Jamar?
I have it at a medium.
Okay.
Yeah. And Rosa, I know you asked about the salt. So the cooking class is a way to get folks comfortable in the kitchen. So all of the recipes can be changed and can be elevated and made your own. I just apply the vehicle, but say for instance, you're like, you know what, it needs a dash of this or a pinch of that, you can totally make it your own.
Definitely.
He has a lot more leeks than us.
I have like 4 leeks.
He's cooking for the crew, Gold.
Oh.
Yeah, Jamar's gonna have more ingredients.
Yeah.
I was scared because we only have one.
Good.
Nope, you're good.
I think we put the garlic in there too.
And I just sprinkle my garlic in there. Thank you.
Yay, garlic time.
So where should we be at with the pan?
Okay, so Micah, keep your pan on medium. You're gonna add some olive oil in there. Let it get a little hot first, and then pour your leeks on so they can add that. The leeks will be the base, and then you're gonna, once the leeks kind of saute a little bit, then you're gonna add the garlic over on top. Okay.
Okay, got it.
Hey,
Good question.
it's a no chef left behind kitchen. So
Yay.
ask
That's the kind of kitchen we need to be in.
What's that called?
I said, that's the kind of kitchen we need to be in.
right. There's no chef left behind.
Place.
So it's the goal is to kind of, this is a brand new stinking recipe. You may not have ever made this before, so there's no pressure to get it right. And if you're like, next time I want to add something else to it, you're great. So here's the trick. So because of it being like this, let me see this.
Hey, Jamar,
Yeah.
may I ask them what kind of music they like?
Yes, absolutely.
Hey man, what you kids like? What kind of music your kids like?
He's asking you, Gold.
They like stuff like Sunflower that was in the Spider-Man cartoon movie. That kind of. Oh.
I think Jamar and Jeremy froze on us. Come back, Jamar. Uh-oh. Come on, Jamar. Hey, Josh, you want to tell people about the vouchers while I text Jamar that he's frozen?
Can I put the garlic back?
Sure. Hey, everybody. Hope you enjoy the cooking class today. I just want to let you know that starting also in June, we're going to have 10 more vouchers that'll be available.
I only have 8 for June, Joshua.
Oh, sorry about that. 8 vouchers. They will be available to pick up at the Coosehead Co-op on June 16th until the 23rd. And those are $25 vouchers for ingredients that you can use to make Jamar's lovely ingredients, lovely cooking. Yeah.
Thank you, Joshua.
You're welcome.
Hopefully, Jamar will be back in just a second. So everybody just breathe.
When do we chop the onion?
1 sec.
What are you trying to do?
What's that, Azalea? There you go.
Yes.
Hold on. Our chef's coming back.
Yay.
Where'd he go? There he is. Unmute, Jamar.
Yeah.
We're back. Sorry about that.
That's all right. Welcome back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I?
Jamar.
Yeah.
So in the ingredients list, it says to use 1 box of tomatoes.
Yeah.
Like, can we add more if we want more tomatoes in the
Absolutely. Absolutely. And the tomatoes are gonna, so 1 box is, so we're gonna do half and half. So half of it is gonna go onto a pizza, onto the top of the galette, and then the other half is gonna be added into the salad.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I got a question for the kids.
Thank you. You got it.
First, kids, what kind of music you guys like?
Quiet.
I like Valencia girls.
Oh,
Valencia girls. Nice.
I like Michael Jackson and Elvis.
Yeah, those are Jeremy's favorites.
Okay.
So now I'm gonna do a little sprinkle of salt.
Salt, babe.
Yep, a little pepper.
Sprinkle some salt on there.
And then I'm gonna reduce my heat because I'm gonna let those just saute and hang out. And then I'm gonna move into the actual dough portion.
So you put in the pan on like a simmer, Jamar?
Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
Well, if you have low, because simmer is still gonna cook it, just have it on a low heat. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mine's still heating up.
Huh?
Mine's still
Lynn said hers is still heating up.
Okay, that's okay.
That's fine.
You can like spread it evenly over the bottom of the pan. You're good.
Good job, Jeremy.
Would you say to spread evenly?
The leek, because you're reducing the heat, so just spread it.
Oh, sorry.
You want me to show you?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so what we'll do is like,
Oh,
yeah, hey, no. Because like, say for instance, have you ever had fried rice before?
yeah.
Okay, so you know how they give it to you in a big thing? So if it's all together, all of the heat is in that centralized place.
Mm-hmm.
Spreading it out will make sure the heat goes all over the place, right? So we're gonna, and they look good, don't they? Okay, so now let's look at our dough. So the dough is gonna consist of butter. Has everybody pulled their butter out already?
Yes.
Okay, so you got your butter out, you have your flour, and then you have water, and then it's very specific. So I call for 3 tablespoons of water, and then
No.
let me get organized.
How much for flour?
Yeah, your thoughts, Jamar.
Okay, so I got my flour knife. So what we're gonna do first is let's put 2 cups of flour in the bowl.
So that's what I guess you need 2.
Flour.
Is it packed or is it loose?
It's not packed.
Okay.
Yeah, I just make sure that the top is kind of flat.
Good question.
Are we gonna be using the small, the medium, or the large bowl for this one?
I'm gonna be using a large bowl.
Oh, okay, thanks.
And this is like the fun part. I know it's like we'll be getting our hands dirty a little bit. So I got my flour, right? And what I'm gonna do is, so my flour is in the bowl. I'm gonna pull out my butter that's already been hanging out a little bit, and we're gonna do 10 tablespoons. So I'm gonna show y'all, because like, say for instance, if I was at home, I would be using my food processor. But a food processor, if you don't have one, sometimes it makes you feel like I can't do it, you know? And so I'm gonna show you an easy way to kind of like make this happen. So I know 10 tablespoons is 1 stick of butter, right? So I'm gonna cut it in sections. So that way, by the time and be careful with your knife as well.
Yes, please.
Okay. I'm cutting it in half.
And flatten it out, like shake it so it's flat.
So I'm cutting it, and then I'm gonna go like this, So like I'm dividing those blocks, right? And I'm making them small because like that's gonna be less time you have to work the butter in trying to incorporate it into the flour.
Makes sense.
So
Yeah, not overflow though.
and no, don't add the water yet.
Don't add the water yet?
No,
So, Jamar, should he already have put the flour in the bowl?
yeah, absolutely, yeah. You can put the flour in the bowl, and what I'm doing is I'm making like small little things. So I don't want to be working it too hard because it's 5:30. We're trying to cook dinner. We've had a long day, you know. We want to make this fun, and we don't want to be spending 2 hours in the kitchen, you know.
No.
So what I did was, so I ended up with like cubes, right?
You see,
A whole bunch of cubes, and you can like see them small. And once everybody gets to that, I will show you the next step.
Awesome.
No, we don't need it. I think the bowl
Like butter.
is gonna be enough.
So on the recipe, you also, if you don't want to use actual butter, you can always use beef butter as well. And if you don't want to use, I have unbleached flour, but if you don't want to use unbleached flour, you can do whole wheat, or if you want to incorporate flour and cauliflower as well.
I kind of like this.
I'm just throwing out some suggestions. So I'm adding my butter to my flour. Does this look fun? And what I'm gonna do also is, so I have my butter. How many people, was it your first time shopping in the bulk department? Yeah, okay.
You're couple there.
I did, okay, so the bulk department I love because like sometimes it's like, well, if I'm looking at a recipe and it's like, well, it requires this thing and it can be very expensive. I'm like, I don't like that. I like to get the most bang for my buck. So like with my parsley that I got, it was only 25 cents. I don't have to invest in a whole container. And if you empty out a container, you can always bring it back, tear it off, and then refill it. So I'm gonna add maybe, what is this? A half a teaspoon of parsley, dried parsley for myself.
One of these.
Were we supposed to put the water in the flour yet?
No, not yet, not yet.
Good question.
And the word is kind of specific, right? So if you,
I think you had a question, Jamar.
who has a question?
So just to clarify, we're supposed to have the flour and the butter, right? In the
Yeah.
bowl? Okay.
Yeah. So flour,
Perfect. You got it, Mike.
everything that I have in my mixing bowl is flour, butter, and parsley.
Parsley.
Yes. And so if you want,
Yes.
so what I'm gonna do is, because I cut them up into small pieces, I'm gonna use my thumb and I'm gonna incorporate the butter into the flour. So I get to squish it.
So you kind of want to make it
Mhm.
grainy.
Yeah,
eventually.
yeah.
It's kind of like making biscuits.
Yes,
Nice.
I'm making biscuits. So you want to incorporate the butter into the flour.
I love
And you
biscuits.
see, like when you break the butter down into small pieces, it allows it to be a little bit more workable. Do you like biscuits?
To be workable.
I actually made biscuits
Really?
at the house. last
Wow.
week.
My grandmother growing up, she used to make salmon croquette and biscuits, and we would eat it with cream fat syrup. And it was something that she would do, like she would just walk into the kitchen and walk out, and biscuits were ready. I'm like, how do you do that? You
My
know?
mom makes good home baked
Oh yeah.
for Christmas
Mhm.
and they
Nice.
So what I'm doing is, so mine kind of incorporated really quickly, which is really good.
For the food.
How y'all doing over there? How's everybody? This is kind of fun. This is like, imagine if this was a chef ball. It's like, I can.
Check out Jamie's, like already got a ball of dough there.
Oh, okay. Hey, that's awesome.
Nice work.
Jamar, are you squishing the butter into the flour?
Yeah, I'm switching the butter into the flour. So like, imagine if it's in your hands and you use your thumbs and get it all incorporated.
Jamar,
Yeah,
how many spoons of parsley were we supposed to add?
I did a half a teaspoon of parsley.
Half a teaspoon.
Half a teaspoon. Yep. Good question.
How you doing?
Good.
Hey, you're pretty amazing. You know that, right?
Oh, yeah.
So that is the
Thank
first.
you for inviting me on the show.
Oh my gosh! Hey, it was awesome seeing you cook along, and I'm like, oh yeah, we got to get you in here. And it's normally me and Alan, and I'm always stressing out Alan. Before the cooking class, I'm like blasting country music.
I love country music.
I think I referenced the Diva Train, but it's all Reba McEntire, and it's like my anthem is "It's Their Life Out There."
I like, you know what kind of country I like?
What?
Garth Brooks.
Oh, Garth Brooks stuff. I like Chris
Thunder
Stapleton, too.
Road.
Oh. So we don't want to overwork it. So has the butter got incorporated with the flour yet?
Somewhat.
Okay.
Kind of like wet sand.
Okay. So like, I got mine in my hand and I'm able to make a ball. That's perfect. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna add 3 tablespoons of water.
Water. I get it.
Water.
Thank you, baby.
Good job, Azalea.
3 tablespoons.
Are we adding the water in? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect timing to ask that question. So now I'm gonna go in and you'll see the flour starts to be like, oh, okay. And the cool thing about it is like you start out with 3 tablespoons, but if it's looking like it's not coming together and you add it maybe like a little more flour.
Doesn't it feel like pumpkin nuts? Oh my god. Hands. Like
And I'm incorporating it in there.
Keep flipping it over. It'll get dry.
Got a ball.
And do like this on your hands. Yeah.
How y'all doing?
Go on.
Question.
Okay.
Rosa?
That's a good thing.
One big ball, but then there is like more residue in the bowl. What do I do with that?
So what you can do is, what I did was I go like this and I added into it.
He's making a circle.
You're just packing it.
But it's not hard. It's not sticking.
We'll add maybe like a half a teaspoon of water.
Okay.
Yeah. You start out with 3 and then you go up by half. Don't do a whole, but just add. That's the cool thing about it is like, well, everyone is different. Yeah. I may make this next week and I'm like, wait, I know the recipe. I need to do something a little different. And as we start working the dough, the butter starts to soften. Mm-hmm. It starts to incorporate more and you start seeing the different consistency in your butter and in your dough than when you first started. Right?
Right.
Question. So this is what my dough looks like now. Is that?
You're perfect.
You're getting there. Yeah, that's starting pretty good. Good job.
Nice.
And if it's crumbling, go ahead and do like a half a cup.
Like it. Slide me
Thank you. Thank you for keeping me.
Wait,
We're making pancakes then.
yeah.
So start back with the butter when you were doing
Yay.
Okay. So what we're gonna do, because we're making 2 galettes, you feel like I need to add a little bit more water to mine, and that's okay.
Yeah.
that.
How's yours doing, Jay?
I don't know.
You want there? I think Cold's adding a little more water. That might help.
Look at you.
That's starting to look pretty good.
Russ is like, I got a ball.
Look at Rosa.
That's
Miracle.
so okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut it. We're gonna cut our dough down the middle because we're making two of them, two balls, right?
And I can sing.
Hey Jay, how old are you today?
There's only a butter. He asked how old you are today. Did you say? He asked you how old you are today. Oh, I'm 13.
13.
Hey,
Hey, Mike.
happy birthday. Huh?
There's only butter knives.
Micah, are you 13 now?
July 25th.
Okay.
Oh.
I have to give props to the youth here tonight, Jay and Micah. 12 and 13 years old. You wouldn't have caught me in the kitchen doing this at 12, 13 years old. And I wish I had these skills at 12, 13 years old. So
I
props.
wish I was 13.
If you think this is good, you should see me baking.
We know you rocked that lasagna.
Okay, so
Hey. So I pulled my flour out and I have my ball out and I have it on a sheet. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut it down the middle.
we have a sheet.
So I have my cutting board. So I have like my countertop basically.
Bring the cutting board, please, baby.
I broke it down and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna continue to work it because what we wanna do is have the butter break down a little bit more and I'm gonna add some flour. So I got some flour so that way it doesn't stick.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wait, when you cut, anytime you cut, No.
What happened?
It just dismantled. It's okay.
Okay, so put it back in your bowl. It's okay.
I like that. Pick the cutting board.
And I'm gonna show you how you do this. Put it back in your bowl. You got it?
And then put it back in the
If it's falling apart, it needs a little bit more water, right? So I just broke I'm showing y'all how you can just fix it.
watch Jamar there.
Okay. So I just broke mine apart, right? You're doing the same thing, right? Yours broke apart. So I just broke mine apart and I'm gonna build it right back with y'all, okay?
So go ahead and break it back apart, Jay.
Let's take it apart. Take it all the way apart.
Yep. Y'all okay?
And after he takes it all the way apart,
But add a little bit more water to it.
Add a little water.
And then it goes right back together.
And start putting the thing back together, Jay.
Mhm.
Good job.
Move it around. So the cool thing about it is you started out with a little moisture, right? And so it's not gonna be perfect right off the bat sometimes. And so with us starting out with 3 tablespoons, if you get in your kitchen and you're like, wait, hold on, this isn't sticking together, you know to just take it up a notch, right? So mine just got back together. How does that look? Good. Look. And then I'll put it back on my cutting board. I already floured it a little bit and I'm gonna cut it. And then I'm gonna lay this one out.
I don't need more flour.
A little bit more.
That's it. And if you have a glass jar around you, folks know I live at the co-op, so I have glass jars. And if you have a rolling pin, you can use that as well. But we're gonna roll it out.
Jamar,
That
so I just want to check. Do these look like good sizes for when I
those look like perfect sizes.
Good job.
Okay.
Perfect, Jay. Yeah. There
Add
you
them
go.
all put out. Okay, good.
Back in the thing for a second. And you're gonna roll it out flat.
Are we rolling this round?
Yep, rolling it round.
Oh, roll it round. Okay.
So you wanna show them mine?
Yeah.
Hey, Jamar, so Jay just took his ball in half. Does he need to work those a little before he does the roller?
So yes, work them a little bit, then
Work
cut them.
a little.
Okay, what was your question again?
Well, he just cut his back in half. So does
Okay.
he still work those two pieces?
Oh, no, he's good.
Oh, just start rolling?
Yeah, go ahead and start rolling. You put a little flour down so that way it doesn't stick. And then and it's okay if they look rustic. A galette is not supposed to be this perfect thing. What we want to do is just have a little bit more surface area in the middle so that way we can put it out. So I have mine rolled out and I have my cookie sheet with parchment paper on it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it off of this and put it on my cookie sheet.
What is the thickness of the dough? What are we looking for?
So you don't want it to be too thin, but like say for instance, if you can put your hand like this.
I can see.
Jamar, say something.
If you can you want it to be not too thin, because if it's too thin, it'll rip. But if you have it a little thick, like almost like pie crust.
I never made pie though.
Okay, so so like half an inch. Half an inch.
Quarter inch.
A quarter inch. Yes. You're great.
Is this good?
Let me see. Oh, that's perfect.
Good job, Jerry.
So if you have your cookie sheet, I know you have helpers around you and sous chefs. If you want to have someone get your cookie sheet with the parchment paper, then you're going to transfer that dough, put it on your cookie sheet, and then do the same thing with the next one.
We don't have parchment paper.
Okay. Do you have a non-stick cookie sheet?
It'll probably stick a little bit.
No.
Okay.
Oil on it?
Oil on
Maybe
the
a
sheet,
little oil on the sheet, and instead of
on the pan.
on the pan, and instead of cooking it at 400 degrees, maybe drop it down to like 380, just so that way you can keep the integrity of the bottom of the pan.
Cool. That'll work. How's everybody else doing? Anybody have any questions?
Moving right along.
Awesome. Good job, everybody.
So it looks like it may go over 630 because we have to let these bake.
Sure.
But everyone's okay with that. We just had a little.
Jamar, you said to flatten it some more on the pan?
No.
No, just lay it on the pan. You're good.
Okay.
You're good, and you can move on to the next one.
Oh,
Everyone is like, just roll it away.
And turn it the other way.
So I got mine.
You might wanna turn it this way.
Perfect. Okay. So I have mine rolled out. I won't move forward until everyone is at that place. Okay.
Excellent.
I think Jamie has a question.
Yeah. There we go, chef. There we go.
Who has a question, Joshua?
Jamie.
Now you can do
Go ahead, Jamie.
I just wanted to say, I'm doing mine gluten-free, and the gluten-free flour is a lot harder to work with. And it was like very crumbly. So I just wanted to let you know that, but I think it's working out. Can you see it?
Did you go 1-to-1?
Yeah, I did the 1-to-1.
Okay, so you might need, it sounds like it needs a little bit like of a binder, so you can use like a little bit more butter.
Okay.
Or take it up, maybe like go like a half tablespoon of water.
I added water because I tried that too.
Okay.
Trying not to break it apart. Hold on.
Yeah, multiple. Voila! Clean surface.
That was quick.
So while everybody's doing, I'm gonna be cleaning up my mess.
Can I put down for me?
Absolutely.
Yeah, jump right there, Jeremy.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Carefully.
How y'all doing? Look, I'm not cool.
Oh, great. I'm totally learning.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
learning how to do this.
Oh, yes.
Learn.
And you got my number, so if you have questions, like, how to make this at home, and you're like, okay, Jamar, wait, hold on. I missed a step. Or just like, okay, it's crumbly. Wait, what are we gonna do? What you say?
I don't know. I said it's looking good.
Oh, it is.
That's smart, man.
Oh,
I might try making it gluten-free. I use gluten-free oats. And I grind them in a coffee grinder to make flour.
Oh, yeah.
And then that's it works. I've had to modify things with like biscuits. Cool. Yeah.
Okay.
I have a question.
Go ahead, Micah.
So this is my first time putting like parsley or the like dried herbs into my dough, and I really like how this turned out. I don't know if you guys can see it on camera. Like, it really turned out. If I was making like the pizza dough, could I also do that to the pizza dough?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You can like experiment like with oregano and basil.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I really like this.
That's an awesome idea, Micah.
I'm glad you like it. So, how is everybody with their dough? Is it
Mine's a little dry, but it'll work, right?
Yeah. Did you feel like you needed a little bit of water?
No, I mean
Good job, Rosa.
the corners of it, the outside corners are a little cracking.
Well, that's okay. It is so galettes are rustic. So you know, like when you're making a pie, you want it to be like picture perfect, right? The more rustic a galette is, the more fabulous the picture's gonna be. So you want the cracking, you want all of those things, okay? Okay.
Addison went to the restroom, so I'm standing in.
Okay, cool. So I have my leek. So what we're doing is one is gonna be a leek and garlic galette. The other is gonna be tomatoes and red onions. Okay? Cool. All right. So like for the one that is gonna be garlic and leek, I'm gonna go ahead and add mine in the middle. And then I'll show you how we'll fold that one. And then we'll go ahead and start looking at the tomatoes and the pesto and the onions, okay?
Okay. So how does everybody know if their leek mixture is ready, Mar?
So what it is, I did avocado. So this is how mine looks. The leeks they have like the brownness in it, and it looks like sauteed onions almost.
Cool.
But not all the way sauteed onions, and there's a lot of green in there because we use the whole leek. And this is just gonna be like a standalone galette. So I'm gonna pile it in the middle.
Oh, let's watch his.
Uh,
You see, come
You wanna show me mine?
Yeah.
Oh.
I give them an overhead view.
Yeah.
Jamar,
Yes.
so does it matter like if because my leeks are a little bigger, like I didn't chop them up finally.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay.
That is okay because what we're
That
putting.
much of a difference if they're like a little like chopped at the halves.
You're great.
You're good.
Yeah.
So I have my hands are clean. I just washed. So I put them in the middle, and I'll wait to do the folding.
Hold some, so try to.
And I'm taking stuff to the sink. How you doing over there? You want some more water?
There's some more.
Okay. Okay. So I'm putting my stuff away. Okay, so has everybody put their leeks on there?
I'm just getting.
Fine now.
Okay.
Mike is almost there.
I put the leeks on both of mine.
Okay, if you want to, did you get the pesto?
Huh?
Did you get pesto, Rosa?
No.
Okay. So
Yeah.
oh yes, okay. So well, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you this. So look at it as one of your galette is gonna have a base of onions and leeks. Then you're gonna put some tomatoes on top, and then you're gonna drop some of the pesto, drizzle the pesto on top. So the pesto on yours is gonna go on top. And if anybody else wanna add theirs on that, you totally can. There's no wrong way to do this. You see that, right? Okay. So on this galette, I'm about to do the folding technique, and then we'll go ahead and build our next one, okay?
Let's fold that thing.
So I just fold it like this.
Oh, his is thin.
It's okay.
Oh, ours is over here. It's thicky.
Oh, if yours is thick, that's gonna be so good because like what you've done is incorporated butter in all of it, so it's gonna have some really nice layers in it.
Yeah. It's tasty.
Oh. I can't get too technical with this. Okay. I can do it.
No, we're not getting technical tonight, Gold.
No.
Thank you.
So that's how it looks.
It's beautiful.
And take your time. And if you mess up on this one, the next, it's all about getting an experience. The next one that you do, you're going to be a pro. And if not, I anticipate you'll be making this recipe again. So by that time, you'll be a pro. Okay, so I did that one. Now I'm going to look at my onions. So I'm going to prep an onion. And I'm only going to cut half of it because the other half is going to go for my salad.
So half of the onion.
So we're using half the red onion now and half the red onion later, right, Jamar?
There you go. So we're just going to prep that because we're going to do like a quick build.
Do I get a paper towel instead?
Of
Just
you?
put it on the table.
No, cut it board.
Get a video of you?
So right now I have my other one right here. And I'm gonna just go ahead and do a rough chop on my onions.
Where is it?
With the Jamar.
Yeah.
With the onions, I have mine pre-chopped.
Oh, that's perfect.
Awesome.
But it's all diced. That's fine, right?
That's perfect. That is fine. That is completely fine.
So I'll just scoop out like half the onion.
Wait.
Good.
Put the flame off on the stove.
And with your tomatoes as well, we're gonna cut them in half. No, we're not gonna cut them in half. Sorry, we're not gonna cut them in half because what we want them to do is put it in the oven. They're gonna roast and they're gonna burst by themselves.
Look at that.
How are we cutting up the onions again?
So you can do a rough chop, but I did mine avocado. There's no avocado in the galette. I cut them like this.
I don't know where to put it.
Just sit.
So you can thinly chop them. You can chop them thin, or you can do a rough chop. You want to see it?
Onion chopping shrimp.
There you go.
You see that thing right there?
Wait, talk again, Jamar.
Hello.
Almost.
Lynn.
I just made both lizettes like that. I need to stuff the other one. I need to undo it.
Hey, no, you don't. You're okay. The cool thing about this, Lynn, there is no one way to chop an onion.
Okay.
No,
There is no one way to chop an onion. So it is okay. You get to make this your own recipe, okay? I'm just providing the vehicle. So some folks may want to. I'm gonna start building mine. So I have my pesto already out. I'm gonna put it in the center of my galette. And
put the pesto.
Oh, I love pesto.
Mom. I'm sorry, I almost stepped on her. Put the pesto in the gazette.
Yeah, in your dough.
Where did it go?
You gotta flip it in the middle.
I love pesto. I typically will make pesto out of anything. I can do pesto into using charred greens, cilantro. It's just, yeah, everything. So now I'm gonna put some of my tomatoes, I'm gonna put some of my tomatoes on this.
Oh, you gotta get the pesto first. Oh, just whole tomatoes.
Uh-huh. If you want to chop them, that is okay. What it is that we are going to be letting our tomatoes burst.
Wow.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So isn't this like perfect thing to do in the summer?
This feels like art, letting the tomatoes burst.
Who would have known you'll be doing this on Cooking with the Community?
Yeah, who knew you'd be creating abstract art tonight?
Yeah. So I got some of my onions on top.
His edges out.
And now I'm gonna just fold my galette. And it's okay if they're not perfect.
Just want to provide the container.
You just want to provide the container, the vehicle.
Okay.
Who's driving?
No, I think it's onions and then tomatoes.
You put onions first and then the tomatoes?
No.
I put the pesto and then I put the tomatoes. So
A layer of pesto, then the tomatoes, then the
onions. But hey, you get to make this your own. So if you were like, and it's your birthday. So if you're like, you know what, I want to put pesto on the bottom, onion, and then tomatoes, and then pesto on top, you get to do that.
Yep.
Fold it up. There you go.
It's been such a busy week. So I've been looking forward to this all day today. I'm like, okay, only thing I get to do is just cook right now.
Looking good.
How's everybody feeling? So I'm gonna put mine in there and we have like maybe 30 minutes or we're gonna look for it to be golden. And then we're gonna start working on our salad and clean up.
Oh my gosh.
Uh-huh. It's coming along good. It's coming along good. And start circling around the kitchen.
Cool.
Okay. How's everybody doing? How was your second galette? You're like a pro now.
I'm just working on folding my second one right now.
Awesome.
Look at that.
Nice work, Rosa.
And you want to eat with your eyes, right? So the cool thing about this is you want people to be full before they even put a fork in their mouth.
You can put it in the oven, 30 minutes.
You put it in the oven?
Yeah, go ahead if you're ready. And I'm gonna put my timer on as well. Do you like roasted peanuts? Have you ever had them? You should try them. I'm gonna put a little bit in there. They're really good. And if you need more, would you like them? Okay. They're real good. They're real good. Sometimes when we haven't had anything like leeks or fennel or all of this, the first thing is like, I don't like it. Get it off my plate, you know. So, but this looks so amazing. I'm gonna do a before and after shot.
We have a before and after shot, right? Chili?
Oh, yes. And if everybody could please send us pictures of their meals when they're done, we'd appreciate it. You all should have my email in your Zoom confirmation.
Okay.
I know we did it before.
How long are we baking this?
We're gonna bake it for 30 minutes. It's gonna be in at 400 degrees, okay? Lynn, how are you doing?
That's the onions. They're
Who are you asking, Jamar?
Lynn.
Lynn, how's it going? Oh, unmute, Lynn.
Okay, I kind of messed up and ended up having to gut one of the gazettes and put it in the other and kind of do some transferring because I stuffed them both with leeks at first.
You can do that.
Oh, I kind of rearranged and just shoved a bunch of
That'll work.
You made it your own.
I'm really excited. They look great.
Right, and you're smiling. So like sometimes when we're doing recipes, we're like, oh my gosh, I messed up. It's like, yeah, no, Get that out of the kitchen. You are doing great, okay?
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and put this in the oven. Oh, that feels good. Sorry.
How long did it go?
I'm gonna put it on 30 minutes and I'm gonna put a timer.
Onions away from me.
That's a smart girl. Jamar, should Jay put his in for a different time if he has his oven at 3?
Yeah, so go ahead and do like maybe 385. Oh, well, if your oven's preheated, you still want to do it.
No, but should they still do 30 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This little cup was perfect for a rolling pin.
This is the first time that we have been, well, no, this isn't the first time. We're going a little over time. We try to make it be an hour, but it is okay. I'm having a ball.
It's all good.
Having a good time? Okay. And you're gonna be like, oh my God, this is so good.
Mouth's already watering.
Your mouth are good. So,
Has everybody got their galettes in the oven at this point?
Yes.
okay, so I'm gonna take a second because I'm switching tasks. I just need to get a little organized, okay? So, I know you had a long day. Mm-hmm.
You did have a long
I know.
Jamar, my kids eat raw onions.
That's great. They're not afraid of vegetables.
I'm afraid of raw onions.
Have you had a raw onion?
Every now and then,
Okay.
salad or something, and it alarms me, and I'm like, oh no, I've done it.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, red onions are good.
Red onions are definitely good.
They have a nice sweetness.
I have a mix of onions in my garden right now.
If you don't like it, why you so? I know.
Oh, I thought to tell you didn't like them.
Okay, so I'm cleaning up and kind of getting back organized because I have so many moving pieces, but it's okay. And thank y'all so much for y'all are blowing me away.
Yeah, everybody's doing awesome.
You have to make a salad.
Okay. So now let's move into building our salad because what I've learned is, and I won't start doing the salad dressing, we're gonna slice the cherry tomatoes, the rest of our cherry tomatoes, let's slice those in half.
Cool.
And you can take your time.
Yeah.
Oh, that.
That glass one at the top.
Shells?
Top of the, no. Close that cap.
I'll show
How you
you.
doing, Micah?
Top cap.
Good?
The only wiggly
Pretty
thing-
good. My
Okay.
gloves are just cleaned up. The other
Okay.
stuff.
Did you get out the rest of your cherry tomatoes?
Yes.
We're gonna cut those in half
Okay, got it.
for the salad.
Can I slip a bit of dried parsley in?
Absolutely. It's yours.
Make it your own, Micah.
Put that in the trash.
Not here, I promise you, Mom.
That's gonna go.
Ooh, it looks so good when you slice them.
Why you skipping over the green one? What?
Your tomatoes, are y'all eating some of the tomatoes as you're cutting? Because, that's okay.
That would be
Try
hard.
not to.
Test it.
Yeah, you have to test them. I always get carried away this time of year, like when I started some tomatoes for outside, and I have like 20 tomatoes going. It's like, why did I even do that?
It's not here, there's only shells. Let me turn me on mute.
Hey.
Thanks, Lynn.
Eating the onions. Why, I ate them at least. See, I ate the tomatoes.
It's no fun cooking if you can't eat while you're cooking, right?
Right.
Totally true. Yeah. If you guys have watched some of the past cooking classes like that I've been in, you know that I always like to take a little nibble of things.
Yeah. We remember you really liked the mozzarella.
Oh yeah, I still got that to this day. Although I prefer to get the large pre-cut ones. It makes it so much easier.
Oh yeah, I love the mozzarella balls though. They're really, especially like if you're making like if it's fresh and you're making like salads and sandwiches. They're just delicious.
Definitely.
So my salad is gonna have a lot of tomato.
You look like Yoshi.
Mm.
You look like Yoshi. I just went like this one little.
Oh, bless you.
I'm gonna put those to the side. You like tomatoes? Want to try one? I'm gonna give you the cool looking one. Oops.
Still came out looking like mine. No. Like this one. I think this one.
Like baby papa.
Was the green one good?
How was it? You want a tomato? Want to try?
It's not
If you put a little
poisonous.
bit of salt on it, I'll taste
Just
it.
taste it.
Absolutely.
Oh, I didn't say I'm gonna eat it. I'm just helping her. Not
I'm
like-
getting so good. Oh my gosh. So good. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I already have my onions prepped and sliced up. And you can do like a rough chop if you would like to. And so I haven't built my salad yet because what I want to do is go ahead and start building the salad dressing first. And how I like to do it is I'll get maybe like a fork or a whisk if you have one. And I'm gonna do olive oil and rice vinegar.
This is where Mike is going to use his smaller bowl, right?
Yes, absolutely. Go ahead, you're going. Yeah.
You got it.
The recipe calls for
I make cream.
Oh.
tablespoon. So what I'm gonna do is because I am
Whatever.
so off.
And the thing I use when I'm making cream of wheat, give me that.
Do you like salad? You like salad? No.
I love salad sometimes.
Uh-huh. Well, you can kind of make anything into a salad or a bowl. So I'm gonna do like 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I'm gonna do equal parts of rice vinegar.
I love potato salad.
Mhm. Oh, you love potato salad? Me too.
Wait, Jamar, how much of each did you use?
I did equal parts. So 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 2 tablespoons of rice vinegar. Thank you. And I'm gonna put a little pepper, a sprinkle of pepper, a sprinkle of salt.
Right.
And then I'm gonna whisk it around.
Jamar, I had a question. Why
Yeah.
why do you do rice vinegar instead of just plain vinegar?
I love the taste of rice vinegar. It gives me that extra zing. You know? So yeah, I love it. And I also have like a friend who loves rice vinegar. And every time we are eating a salad, she's like, yep. I was almost about to get it to her for her birthday. Right? It's like she loves rice vinegar. I was like, okay. I know to get roasted garlic salsa, and I was gonna get her a bottle of rice vinegar. So I could add both parts. And if you like to pick up the vinegar, you can. But I only started out with a little bit because you just want to like coat everything. So like you already have the liquid from the tomato, you already have the greens, and then the onions. Everything is gonna be awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead and add my leafy greens, and of course have to get way more than anything. Might as well just go ahead and put them in the bowl. And then I have my tomatoes. And then I'm gonna go ahead and start adding my, I am like being so messy tonight.
Yeah. Did you add salt to your vinaigrette?
Yeah. So I did salt, a little pepper. You don't have to be heavy-handed because you're gonna, I did a sprinkle just to taste.
So Linda, who's being unusually quiet tonight, said rice vinegar keeps the palate refreshed.
Ooh.
Yes, I am. I'm very, very busy here.
Thanks for reminding us you're here.
Love you, Paul.
So I have my onions, my tomatoes, my Galette are at 19.
And technically, because it's a salad, you can do it like this.
Azalea, are those better than the onions? Good.
Oh, I'm starving Marvin right now. And you see it was just enough. Just enough. I'm moving it around. I just have my tomatoes. And what I like about this recipe was that it was so inexpensive. Like normally we try to gauge it to be like $25. This was so less than that. You were able to shop bulk flour, which was really inexpensive. And then, you know, if you get a box of tomatoes, you use one for the galette and then one for the salad, and then using your onions and dividing it up. And it was really cool how everything came together.
Awesome.
Oh man, I'm squishing the salad, and right now, like I feel like I can taste it with my hands. Just that's it.
That is the best analogy ever. I love that.
Yeah, like I can seriously feel like I can taste it with my hands. Just how good this feels. How I'm looking at it.
How does it look? Oh, that looks awesome. Have you added your tomatoes to it yet?
Yeah, they're in there. They're just down below.
Okay.
Good job.
Do you like pesto, Jeremy? No.
Have you had it before?
Oh, see, you're gonna have to come over to dinner.
You might like it.
I think you're gonna love it. Yes, you're gonna love that.
That's when Tom closes your house all the time?
Pastor Tom, no.
You so invited him.
So Micah, Linda said that's the rice vinegar because it's so refreshing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you guys have ever tried to use like rice vinegar and carrot sticks, so good.
Oh.
Yeah, the first time I used it was on another cooking class. Because I've never used it before, but once I did, it was so good.
Cool. Good to know.
Everything.
What are you gonna do, Micah?
What was that, Jeremy?
What school you go to, Micah?
What school?
NBMS. I'm it's NBMS. I'm graduating in this June.
Oh, wow.
Congratulations.
That's pretty awesome.
You're graduating high school?
Middle school.
Oh, thank you.
You're doing everything I would believe you graduated from high school because he's like you're really articulate.
Yeah.
I love when the youth are in the kitchen. It's really awesome because you should at a young, ripe age start building that confidence in the kitchen. And especially when you're like, y'all come in and y'all like dominating it. It's like, already got this, know what I'm doing over here. That's like so cool. And you're trying different stuff. I love the fact that y'all were eating raw onions. Like, that's pretty cool. Those are the things that I do.
Oh, do we add the onion yet?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you can toss it in there with the rest of the stuff.
And what I love is the fact that like the salad just it keeps getting better and better and better. Like if it's in the summer, you can like do cilantro or herbs, fresh herbs like oregano and all of those things.
Nice.
And as I'm going.
Nana, how are you doing tonight?
Me?
How you doing?
Good, good.
Excellent.
Yeah, maybe later I will do it because nobody eats if I cook too much.
You can always cut the recipe in half.
Oh, absolutely. All right, was this your first time cooking with rice vinegar? I see you over there admiring the bottle.
Oh, unmute, Gold, sorry.
It is my first time, and I was trying to see if it goes in the refrigerator once you open it.
Oh, no, you don't have to. It's to stay out on your counter.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. You're like, yeah.
That's a good question.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
That's the conversation that me and my dad have all the time. Like, Dad, this goes in the fridge.
I was going to say, I'm guessing you're teaching him.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes we have gotten to, it used to be where we could never like cook in the kitchen together. So, but now it's kind of like we don't meet with each other. So like Thanksgiving or Christmas, we try to be a little bit more organized, and we'll look at, okay, what do you want to cook? What do I want to cook? And how can we make it cohesive? But now it's like if he's barbecuing, I'm going to make all the sides and all of that stuff. You know.
Teamwork.
Barbecue.
Oh, absolutely, we do barbecues.
I wish I could come.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna have to invite you. You know, well, back home in Georgia, I used to always cook on the grill, and my mom is like a event planner, so we didn't have a choice. You know?
I made good. I just cooked on my barbecue today.
Oh, really?
I made barbecue chicken.
Oh,
nice.
Onions on it and like sauce, barbecue sauce.
Mm-hmm.
We put it in a bag and then with the chicken, shake it. A little bit.
Hold on, can you do that one more time?
Great.
Shake it.
Sometimes I cook on grill with hamburgers, barbecue hamburgers, hot dogs, ribs, barbecue ribs.
Mm-hmm.
I see a theme for them.
Well, you know what?
At your house.
Yes, well, next month.
What do you say, Paul?
We should do a karaoke.
Oh yeah, I like karaoke.
I know what party does that karaoke.
Oh, I think it's Tony
Tuesday.
Station.
Yeah, Tuesday to Saturday.
Isn't this pretty?
My yeah, I have some, you know, I have some very good karaoke songs like Celine Dion, and they always are like, oh no, please, Jamar, don't do that, don't do it.
Hold up. You sing Celine Dion songs?
Jamar likes to sing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Celine Dion.
Do you think that you sang that Titanic song?
Oh yeah, I have. But it's been I haven't been to karaoke in a really long time.
Me either.
But I mean, I have karaoke every day, and sometimes
I used to have a karaoke.
Hello, because the back of the co-op is a shared workspace. Sometimes they're like, Jamar, can you please put your headphones on? Or, you know, can you please stop singing, please? You know, but
go ahead, Micah. Micah has his hand raised.
Hi, Micah.
So I've been working on my salad, and this is what it looks like now. I added some of the Leek's pesto, pretty much everything else up to this point. And some more drizzled some more rice vinegar on it, and I think it's way better now.
Okay, you added some pesto to your salad?
Yep.
Oh, that's pretty cool. And you added leeks there in there as well?
Yeah, pretty much everything that we've used so far, it's so much better.
That's all a salad is, you know? It's like you have the dressing. If you want to have the dressing, you can, but it's just the leaves, well, the lettuce. And I always mix my salad stuff. So like sometimes like it's just beans and no lettuces, you know, or beans, red beans, quinoa, and some other stuff. But yeah.
Can't go wrong with more vegetables in your salad.
Yeah. Yes.
I went to the Creamery a couple of years ago, 5 years,
Mhm.
and they used to have a big semi truck, and they used to park it where, you know where the fire station is?
Mhm.
They park it there, behind there, where all the vendors are at. And they let me go on stage and sing, play the guitar, play the drums.
Oh, wow.
And then I did really good. And then Star Hope did a talent show at the Dolphin Theater.
Oh, yep.
He did awesome.
Oh. Danny, you were in the talent show?
I was.
Oh,
And I was too.
Hey, no,
I
that's
sung the
awesome.
song.
That's awesome.
You know what song?
What song?
How Great Thou Art from Elvis. Word by Jumpsuit Everything.
Oh, yeah. So I'm gonna have to work. Yeah, we're totally going to karaoke. Put that on.
Jamar, I'm coming with you.
Yes, okay. Oh, and yeah, we know you can sing. Well, okay, while we're waiting, because I have like 8 minutes on my Galette. I would think that we should, because whenever we have birthdays here on Community Cooking with the Co-op,
my birthday is in November.
We should totally sing happy birthday today. What do y'all think about that? You think that would be great? since you decided to hang out with us on your birthday, how does that sound?
He's hiding now.
Sounds great.
Okay. So we're gonna do, and this is Zoom, so everybody unmute if you would like to, and we're gonna sing happy birthday to Jay. Okay.
All right.
So 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Wait a minute, it's a 13.
Yeah.
Behind you.
Hey, I got a question for him.
Yes.
Go ahead, Jeremy.
I'd like to do something, maybe I'll send him a birthday card.
That's really nice of you,
I
Jeremy.
think they would love that.
That's sweet, Jeremy.
I want to because he did a good job cooking.
Yes, he did.
Thank you.
That's awesome, Jeremy.
What's your daughter's name?
Azalea.
That's a cute name.
It is. Do you know what an azalea is, Jeremy?
Huh?
Do you know what an azalea is?
Do you know what an azalea is? You heard of it?
No.
The Azalea Festival.
Oh.
It's a flower.
Oh. That's a beautiful name.
It is.
And I'll come see you at the library.
I'm looking forward to it, Jeremy. It'll be good to see you again.
I'll come by there tomorrow.
Awesome. I'll see you then.
I will be there at the reference desk.
Thank you for doing this.
At the reference desk.
So has anybody opened their ovens yet?
No.
Micah has.
Yeah, I've checked on it. Mine has like 5-6 minutes left.
Okay.
How's it look?
Good, Jamie.
Jamie has hers out of the oven.
Okay. How does yours look, Rosa?
It smells good, but I'm not sure if it's cooked all the way. How do I
Okay.
know?
How do they know, Jamar?
So it's looking good. So,
Fancy.
can I see yours, Rosa?
It's in the oven.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, okay.
Hold
I don't know
on.
if they can see it. Mine's
I see it. Okay, okay.
Are we gonna see yours?
Are you want to see mine?
Yes, I want to see yours.
Okay, okay. Come on.
Let's see what yours looks like.
All right.
Ooh.
Oh, of course they're perfect.
Oh, they're gorgeous. Beautiful. Wow. I hope mine come out that pretty.
They will. They will. Let me see yours, Rosa.
Hold on.
Okay,
Rosie,
okay.
say something.
They're looking good. So you see that they're puffing up. That means that it's working. And if you feel like it needs to cook for like maybe 10 more minutes, you can totally do that.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, that looks good.
Tomatoes need to burst.
Yeah, you. If you want to, they don't necessarily. If you're hungry, they don't have to necessarily burst. They don't necessarily have to burst, but if you cook them a little bit longer, they can totally pop.
I love my salad. It's beautiful.
Looking good, Rosa.
Pretty colors.
Yeah, I try to use as many colors as possible, especially.
I'm gonna try to show you ours, Jamar.
Here.
See if you can see it.
What's it tomorrow? I didn't.
Wait 1 sec. Gold. Wait 1 second, Nana. Gold, can you say something?
Can you hear me?
I said,
There we go.
What about tomorrow?
What about tomorrow, Nana?
Uh-huh.
I'm hungry now.
What do you,
I heard you guys say to see tomorrow or something.
oh, we were just talking about people coming into the library.
Oh.
Jeremy's gonna come visit us.
Okay.
I get to talk to the bidders all the time.
I just hang out and vibe with the librarians.
I'm gonna check out.
Tomorrow.
Wait, what's that? What was that, Lynn?
You can
I'll
check
go come and see you tomorrow.
Wait, hold on, Jeremy. Lynn was saying something.
I heard you guys have a canning kit and to check out and borrow. I want to get that pretty soon.
Yeah. In our catalog, all our library of things have that in the title. So if you look up library of things and canning, it'll pop right up.
Woohoo! Wow.
And we have other cool cooking utensils like instant pots, spiralizers, air fryer. We have a bunch of cool stuff.
I got a question for you.
Shoot.
How do you get a library card?
You come in with a piece of ID with a Coos County address on it.
All right. You still rent guitars?
Yes, we have guitars for checkout as well.
I might do that.
Yeah, that's
We have guitars, we have snowshoes, we have cooking utensils, we have a telescope, we have all kinds of cool stuff.
Awesome. I might rent that guitar out. Is it an electric one?
Just like the tomato.
Maybe.
What's that, Nana?
Is it electric?
What
Wait.
time?
What time what?
Tomorrow.
When we open?
Uh-huh.
12 to 6 on Friday and Saturday.
Oh. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So I have 1 more minute.
Thank you.
Hey, you're welcome. Thank you.
Thanks, Nana.
How's everybody doing in their kitchens?
Good.
Okay. This was just what I needed. Rosa, how you doing?
Good. I just want to say something, Jamar, really quick. I'm very appreciative of this cooking class. And also, I just want to say I went straight from work to the Co-op to get all the ingredients. And thank you to the nice lady who helped me find all the ingredients so fast so I can make it home to join.
Yeah.
I just want to say that.
Hey, yeah, that's pretty awesome. I think I saw you at the register. I was like, hi.
So good.
Thank you, Rosa. We do love our Coosehead Food Co-op and all the workers there who help us with this program and just with our shopping and everyday needs. It's a great store.
Oh my gosh, it's like every time I go, every time I have something that I'm trying to do, I always lean so heavy on our cashiers and they're like, okay, Jamar, cool, we got it. And it's like, okay, awesome.
And then they help us distribute the values and the ingredients. They're just a great team.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was good.
Starting to brown around the edges.
Yeah, it's starting to brown around the edges. So I'm gonna start plating mine just because everyone around me is kind of getting a little bit closer. So I'm gonna go ahead and start plating mine. And what we do is when we're plating it, you want to think of okay, I'm gonna take a photo, right? And how I want that photo to come across, but also how I want to actually set my table for my guests to eat dinner. If sounds like there's a birthday party going on, so y'all want to make sure that his plate looks amazing, right?
Definitely.
Okay. Okay, some of my tomatoes first. That's great. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, and it's pretty hot, avocado. I'm gonna use a blue plate, or maybe I should use a white plate. Yeah, I'll use a white plate. What I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna go ahead and slice it, and I can slice it in a couple different ways. Okay.
Mike, you have a question?
Yeah, so I was just if they're comfortable with it, I think it would be cool if everyone like showed their galettes if they're comfortable with it.
Yes.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That would be cool.
Definitely. I think everybody will share. Don't worry about that.
Oh, that looks really good. Oh. So I have my onions and garlic sliced, and then I'm gonna go ahead and the tomatoes they're like hard on the outside, but like as soon as you put a knife to them, like they just burst.
Nice.
And then if you need to drizzle more pesto on top, you totally can.
I'm gonna take ours out.
That looks delicious.
It does. Mm.
I'm coming over.
Come on.
I have mine in here.
I was gonna say you got your own, sister.
Right?
So I always like to mix it up, and you see how it's like if you're cooking for four, there's a pretty good amount of galettes to go around, right? And I'm gonna do I'm gonna go ahead and give my salad a mix one more time, just because I want like tomatoes to be on there, and I'm gonna.
That's more salad than I can handle.
So I'm just cutting my galettes now, and I just tried using a pizza cutter, and that worked perfectly.
Oh, it did? Actually.
I'm using my pizza cutter, that worked perfectly.
So I have like my salad, I have leek and onion, then I have my tomatoes.
That's looking awesome.
You look so excited. Now I'm gonna keep plating because that's just what I do.
Our tomatoes burst. Just
They did.
No.
Take it back to the store.
Nice.
If you're gonna eat the meat, clean it up. Okay. You know what I have to do.
I know.
Okay.
I'm just trying to prop it. Stay out of the,
Go.
stay out of the frame.
And then I'm gonna get the glue in. Thank you.
Well, I couldn't take that from you.
Huh?
Yeah.
Did you see that?
I saw that grab.
Uh-huh.
If I just sit in that kitchen for an hour and a half tortured like that, I'd be grabbing it too.
And I'm just plating up. And you still have pesto, so if you want to drizzle some pesto on top, by all means, go ahead.
That is looking yummy.
Okay, I am plating.
Do it.
You see how this is a no chef left behind, right? I love the fact that y'all hung out a little bit later. Awesome.
All right,
How you doing, Rosa?
I plated.
Okay. So here's the thing. I want to see y'all. I think Micah suggested that everyone show their plates, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, look at that.
Rosa, say something so you're in the speaker view.
So this is what I made.
Oh.
It smells delicious. I mean, this
Looks
is really good. I like, yeah, you got me here. Like, yeah.
Good job.
I can't wait to taste it. But it's
Rosa,
fun.
if you don't mind, take a picture before you eat it and send it to me.
Yes, yes. I already took a picture of the salad and of the my little. It looks like a little pizza too. So
Yeah. Shoot me
took a picture.
So you see, anybody can make a galette, right?
Y'all proved it.
Y'all proved it. And this was so awesome.
Oh, nice work. Gold, can you unmute and say something?
Oh yeah, we were just showing you our plate.
Wait, say something again. I want to get you in speaker view.
We were showing you our plate. We plated our masterpiece.
Awesome. Good job, y'all. I'm impressed.
Then how does yours look? Right?
Okay, you can try.
Micah, how's yours? I see you already snacking.
Easy.
I don't know. This is hot.
Hang on. This is mine here.
Oh,
Nice
that looks
work.
great. Looks great.
Mike, how does it taste?
Delicious. The crust reminds me of like quiche, and it's just so good. I'm definitely gonna make this again.
Good job, Micah.
How is it? Isn't working that butter into that dough is just so fluffy and so good. Dana, how are you doing? How does yours come out?
Tomato.
Great.
Awesome.
Good, it tastes like heaven.
What's the birthday boy thing? How is it, Jay?
How is it? Okay.
Good job. Happy birthday, man. That was awesome.
This was great.
It's good. Yummy, yummy. In my tummy.
So awesome.
Good job, chef.
You gotta put a warning on the tomatoes though.
Oh, they're a little hot.
A little
I mean, the ones that didn't burst yet, they burst in your mouth. So it's like.
Yeah.
All right. Dana, send me a picture, please.
Please, yeah. Oh, can you send me a photo?
Yeah.
You want to take one with my phone?
Patricia said those look wonderful. Good job, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you all for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Awesome work.
Wow.
All right. Well, I think it's about time to let everybody enjoy their meals unless anybody has any last minute questions or anything.
Good
job, Chef. Good job, Paul.
Thanks, Dad. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Good job, everyone.
Paul's dad. Paul's dad.
Thank you, Paul and Jamar. Putting this together.
Our pleasure.
Have a good night.